It just was such a huge dichotomy. Nobody was expecting that at all.
Although we have always been fascinated by the moon, our nearest celestial neighbor, new information from the James Webb Space Telescope has revealed something startling. A huge structure has been found deep beneath the moon's far side, leading to speculations that could permanently change how we perceive this celestial body. What is this massive structure, and what does it portend for lunar exploration in the future? The James Webb Space Telescope, known as the Eyes of the Universe, is a technological wonder in addition to a significant advancement in space exploration. It can now see farther into the cosmos than ever before, thanks to its infrared capabilities, finding black holes, distant galaxies, and young stars. However, what if the most amazing discovery made by the JWST was located only a few 100,000 kilometers from Earth, rather than billions of light years away? The moon. Since the beginning of space research, mankind have examined our nearest cosmic neighbor in great detail. Nonetheless, many of its deeper mysteries remain unsolved. Using state-of-the-art technology, scientists have now found an anomaly on the moon's far side that is so massive and enigmatic that it contradicts all of our preconceived notions about Earth's most recognizable satellite. Much closer objects have also been used to train the James Webb Space Telescope, which is intended to observe distant cosmic occurrences. Something enormous and strange has been discovered by the telescope's infrared senses hidden beneath the moon's far side. Even the most experienced astronomers were taken aback by the discovery. Although the JWST's primary goal was to study galaxies, it also included our own solar system, and the moon, which was originally believed to be well mapped, was an ideal subject. Is this enormous structure a geological anomaly, an ancient artifact, or an alien base? Regardless of the solution, this finding may alter our perception of the moon and our position in the cosmos. Mystery has always surrounded the moon's far side, a land of mysteries. Despite being as close to us as the visible side, it remained a dark, uncharted area for generations. The phrase dark side of the moon is actually deceptive. Because of tidal locking, which occurs when the moon rotates on its axis at the same speed as it orbits the Earth, the moon's far side never faces Earth. Because of this, we can only see the moon's near side from the surface. Numerous speculations, some more outlandish than others, have been sparked by the moon's far side throughout history. The moon has been associated with myths and gods by ancient societies, who frequently saw it as a mysterious and dangerous location. But as space exploration progressed, the moon was transformed from a celestial body to a tangible entity that humans could investigate. The Soviet Union's Luna 3 spacecraft provided the first clear image of the moon's far side in 1959. Numerous space agencies have since made an effort to map and investigate this secret hemisphere. However, humankind did not make its first landing on the far side until the Chang'e 4 expedition in 2019. Curiosity over this enigmatic planet was rekindled after the Chinese Space Agency made a spectacular, soft landing on the moon's far side. However, a truly astounding finding beneath the far side of the moon was not made until the JWST trained its powerful infrared sensors on the moon. A huge, dense structure that was buried miles down in the lunar crust was discovered by scientists. Natural geological processes like impact cratering or volcanic activity could not account for this structure's size. The idea that this might be an artificial structure, something that was put on the moon by a highly developed civilization, perhaps long before humans existed, is now being entertained by some scientists. Although the moon's far side has long been the subject of conjecture and fantasy, the finding of this enormous structure lends additional credence to the speculations of an ancient alien outpost or a secret lunar society. What kind of structure might this be? Is it the remains of something far older and more enigmatic than we could have ever guessed? Or was it constructed by extraterrestrial life forms? Is this finding on the moon's far side a result of the moon's complicated geological past? Or might it be evidence of an old lunar civilization? A huge discovery, the structure under the moon. Early investigation revealed that the structure beneath the moon's surface is not only massive, but also possesses several odd characteristics that are difficult to explain. Scientists have located this enormous asteroid by combining gravity data from orbiting spacecraft with infrared images from the James Webb Telescope. We have never seen anything like it on the Moon before. Estimates indicate that the structure's area is greater than that of the majority of the world's greatest cities, which is astounding. Additional evidence that the item might not be a natural development comes from the gravity readings, which show that it is abnormally dense in relation to the surrounding lunar material. According to some of the most sophisticated theories proposed by scientists, this object might represent the remains of a huge ancient building that was constructed by a society that was far more developed than our own. The features of the object are too symmetrical to be the product of a geological event that happened at random. With elements that imply a design much beyond what nature could have produced, it seems to have been purposefully built. This might be a massive subterranean city or a scientific facility constructed long before man ever set foot on the Moon. The idea that this structure was not only constructed, but may still be standing, is among the strongest hypotheses. According to some academics, it might contain antiquated technology that is just waiting for the next generation of lunar explorers to find it. If this is true, the Moon may be the key to revealing a more intricate and profound history of life beyond Earth, in addition to being a silent watcher of Earth's past. Is this enormous symmetrical structure an odd geological aberration that casts doubt on our knowledge of the Moon? Or might it be evidence of a long-gone civilization? Wonders of nature or alien bases? It's not surprising that there are as many different and fascinating hypotheses about this enigmatic structure that lies beneath the surface. Those who believe in extraterrestrial life have offered some of the most intriguing possibilities. Could this enormous building be the remains of an extraterrestrial facility that has been buried for ages deep within the Moon? Although the notion of an extraterrestrial base on the Moon has been a mainstay of UFO ideas for many years, it is only now that this peculiar building has been found that the concept looks more likely than ever. It might have been built by aliens who formerly lived on the Moon, or possibly utilized it as a base for intergalactic travel if this edifice is actually man-made. Conversely, other researchers interpret data with greater caution. They suggest that the structure might be a naturally occurring geological feature that was created by volcanic activity or an impact that occurred ages ago. Given the numerous craters and scars left by cosmic impacts on the Moon's surface, it is not completely implausible that the structure represents an ancient natural formation that has not yet been fully comprehended. One thing is certain, though: the question of whether or not life, alien or otherwise, was ever present on the Moon has been rekindled by the finding of this enormous edifice. Is this structure the result of natural geological causes, or might it represent evidence of an old alien presence on the Moon? Every new theory adds to the puzzle. Gravity measurements have been essential in determining the precise location and size of the enigmatic object, even though infrared imaging offered the first hint. Only a massive, dense object beneath the surface could account for the gravitational anomaly these measurements show. These findings imply that a big object, perhaps formed of denser materials or possibly metallic, is buried deep beneath the Moon's far side, in contrast to the rather uniform gravity readings on the Moon's near side. It is impossible to exaggerate the significance of gravity measurements. The structure might have gone unnoticed in the absence of this information. The gravitational field anomalies imply that the object is so huge that it has a detectable impact on the lunar environment. These measures are essential for figuring out the structure's composition as well as its size. Is this only a geological feature created by seismic changes and impact craters, or might it represent the remains of a long-gone civilization? For now, researchers are still examining the data in an effort to learn more about the actual nature of the structure. Future lunar expeditions could yield more information, and possibly even a more detailed view of the structure as technology develops. What do these gravity anomalies teach us, and how can they reveal the Moon's secret history? Is it possible that life has existed on the Moon throughout history? Many myths and stories have revolved around the Moon. The Moon was considered divine by many ancient cultures, and some even conjectured that it was inhabited by gods, spirits, or otherworldly beings. But is there any truth to these myths? Could it be that Long before humanity ever traveled into space, the moon was home to a highly developed civilization. A lunar civilization is not as implausible as it may appear. The idea that the moon may have once supported a highly developed civilization is somewhat supported by the finding of the enormous structure beneath its surface. What might have happened to such a civilization, if it ever existed? Did it just disappear into the annals of history, or was it destroyed by a calamitous event? The idea that remnants of this civilization may have been buried beneath the moon's surface is among the more intriguing possibilities. Advanced technology, building fragments, or other relics that can offer crucial hints regarding the beginnings of life beyond Earth could be examples of these traces. Is this merely a creation of human imagination, or may the moon have once been a bustling center of life? Technology and time will tell. There has never been a more thrilling time to explore the moon. Even though the finding of the enormous structure beneath the moon's far side is revolutionary, it's just the beginning. With its cutting-edge capabilities, the James Webb Space Telescope is creating opportunities that were previously unthinkable. This groundbreaking finding is the first of several that have the potential to completely transform space travel. JWST will continue to uncover new details about our nearest cosmic neighbor by mapping even the most distant objects in our solar system and detecting subtle infrared fingerprints. However, the combination of innovative technologies and daring new lunar missions is what will really unlock the potential of lunar exploration. With organizations like NASA, ESA, and private businesses collaborating to push the limits of space travel, lunar exploration is about to enter a new golden age. The far side of the moon is one of the important features that is still mainly unexplored. Scientists intend to deploy far more sophisticated rovers and landers to the moon's far side in the upcoming years as part of additional lunar missions. The secrets of this far-off area will be further unraveled by these missions, which may also provide other hints regarding the enormous structure that the James Webb Telescope has found. With the advancement of technology, we might soon be able to dig further into the lunar surface and obtain tangible samples that could aid in determining the nature of the structure. Is this building a remnant of a long-gone lunar society, or is it something else entirely? For millions of years, an artifact from the moon's violent past was concealed from the world's view. The next stage of lunar exploration will concentrate on gaining a deeper grasp of the moon's geology. In addition to providing insight into the structure found by the JWST, drilling deeper will assist us understand the moon's origins. Scientists can discover more unusual characteristics and get insight into the early history of our solar system by examining the moon's crust. The most important findings in contemporary science may soon result from lunar research as space agencies consider sending humans back to the moon. An exciting new age in space exploration has begun with the discovery of a massive structure beneath the moon's surface. What will we learn when we ultimately visit the far side in person, and what new technologies and discoveries will future lunar trips bring? Together, we will uncover the secrets of the moon. One country can no longer handle the burden of lunar exploration alone. The moon's secrets are of an unprecedented type, necessitating the cooperation and experience of space agencies worldwide. International collaborations will be essential to understanding the moon's surface and hidden features as the James Webb Space Telescope continues to provide priceless data. Historically, superpowers have primarily been in charge of lunar missions. China's Chang'e missions, the Soviet Union's Luna program, and the United States Apollo missions have all made substantial contributions to our understanding of the moon. Nonetheless, nations who were formerly rivals in space are now working together more as interest in lunar exploration grows. For instance, NASA is working with the European Space Agency, ESA, and other foreign partners on the Artemis mission, which intends to send humans back to the moon by 2025. Exploration will go more quickly thanks to these partnerships, which will enable the sharing of resources and knowledge. Alongside government organizations, private businesses like SpaceX are advancing technology in spaceflight. The huge structure found beneath the moon's far side may serve as a catalyst for global collaboration. Any one country cannot claim the building as its own discovery because of its potential significance. There is hope that by involving several countries, the pooled knowledge and resources will be able to shed more light on the numerous questions this enigmatic construction presents. We may anticipate a coordinated effort by space agencies worldwide to conduct more in-depth research on the moon's far side in the upcoming years. This will probably entail the first-ever landing of humans in this area, the establishment of long-term lunar bases, and the start of more in-depth exploration missions that may provide answers to many of the mysteries surrounding the moon's past and future. It is impossible to overestimate the importance of international cooperation in lunar exploration. We are in a position to produce significant discoveries that will influence space research for many years to come because to the combined resources, experience, and understanding of several nations. How can international cooperation change the course of space exploration, and what might it uncover about the moon's secret structure? As more is discovered about the enormous object on the moon's far side, the mystery grows. There is one question that dominates the others. What is underneath? Although the first discoveries made by the James Webb Space Telescope were revolutionary, the structure itself is still unknown. Experts have been baffled by its size, density, and odd appearance, but no one is certain of its true nature. According to some scientists, the formation might represent a huge impact crater that was formed underground millions of years ago by a catastrophic collision with an asteroid or comet. The odd gravitational anomalies found by spacecraft orbiting the moon could be explained by this theory. The dense metallic core found beneath the surface might have been the result of an impact of that size. Others speculate that the building might represent the ruins of an old lunar settlement or city, possibly constructed by a highly developed extraterrestrial society. The notion that extraterrestrial life might use the moon as a base is not new. From ancient astronaut theories to more recent conjectures based on inexplicable lunar features, theories have been around for decades. Is this structure evidence of the presence of extraterrestrial life on the moon? There's also the chance that the structure is the product of unidentified natural geological processes. Violent cosmic impacts have shaped the moon's history, and a unique seismic activity that took place billions of years ago may have produced intricate subterranean architecture. Impact craters are scattered across the moon's surface, but the features we are currently witnessing are unprecedented. Whatever the reality, one thing is certain. The identification of this structure creates a whole new area of research. Future missions could be able to delve further into the moon's surface and learn more about its secret past as technology develops. This finding might just be the beginning of a slew of amazing discoveries on the moon and its actual significance in our solar system's history. Is the building the product of a vanished civilization, an impact from long ago, or something more remarkable? The mystery only gets more complex as study goes on. What is actually contained in the moon? Ancient tales and contemporary space exploration both use the moon as a symbol of mystery. We are removing the layers of this celestial body as our technology develops, exposing mysteries that were previously believed to be unsolvable. An important turning point in our understanding of our nearest neighbor, and perhaps the entire solar system, has been reached with the finding of a huge structure on the moon's far side. The ramifications of this discovery are significant, regardless of whether this structure is the product of an unknown geological feature, an alien base, or an old impact. We might soon learn things that contradict our preconceived notions about the moon and extraterrestrial life as researchers continue to delve into the moon's secret past. It's possible that the moon has more secrets than we realize. In the depths of our nearest neighbor, what will the upcoming generation of space travelers discover? Space agencies' contribution to solving lunar mysteries. The importance of space organizations like NASA, ESA, and others in solving lunar mysteries is growing as human curiosity pushes us farther into space. A new era in lunar exploration has begun with the discovery of a large structure on the moon's far side, which has caught the attention of space organizations throughout the world. One of the most ambitious space missions ever launched is NASA's Artemis program, which seeks to put the first woman and the next man on the moon. By the end of the decade, Artemis, which is slated to be built in the next years, will provide a sustainable human presence on the moon, offering a once-in-a-lifetime chance to study the structure that the James Webb Space Telescope found. This represents a significant advancement for space exploration, as well as the study of the moon's history and possible significance for humankind's future in space. To make sure Artemis is successful, NASA is working with the European Space Agency, ESA, Japan's JAXA, and other international space agencies. These missions will probably be the first direct steps toward examining the enormous anomaly found beneath the surface of the moon's far side, thanks to the combined knowledge and resources of several countries. ESA also wants to go to the moon, building a space station in lunar orbit to act as a staging area for missions to the moon and beyond is the goal of the Lunar Gateway program. This station will serve as a platform for upcoming lunar landings and enable in-depth examination of the moon's surface. Astronauts may finally be able to investigate the moon's far side in greater detail with the Gateway's assistance, which could help them discover the mysteries surrounding the structure that JWST discovered. China has become a significant player in lunar exploration as well. By landing a rover on the moon's far side in 2019, the Chang'e 4 mission demonstrated to the world that it is not only feasible but also necessary to explore the moon's hidden side. China has announced plans for more lunar exploration missions, one of which might involve a trip back to the far side to look into the abnormalities that JWST found. The moon is going to be researched like never before thanks to this global collaboration. Future missions may focus on the structure discovered beneath the far side surface, and these partnerships could lead to a new era of exploration. How may international cooperation alter our understanding of the moon's hidden structure? And what might the future of lunar exploration hold? The geological history of the moon. There is still much to discover about the moon's geological past, despite the intriguing idea of ancient civilizations or alien relics on the moon. Interpreting the odd anomaly found by the James Webb Space Telescope requires knowledge of the moon's history. It is estimated that the moon developed about 4.5 billion years ago, not long after the solar system started. The moon is said to have formed when a planet the size of Mars hit with Earth, throwing debris into orbit that finally came together to form the moon. The moon has been subjected to catastrophic impacts, volcanic activity, and the slow cooling of its innards over billions of years. However, the history of the moon's far side is different from that of its near side. The moon's surface hasn't changed much over millions of years because there aren't any oceanic plates or tectonic movements. This implies that structures on the far side, such as the enormous structure seen by JWST, might be traces of past occurrences, such as a big impact, a volcanic eruption, or another apocalyptic catastrophe. Given the structure's peculiar features, it's possible that its formation involved mechanisms distinct from those observed elsewhere on the moon. For example, the structure's great density might suggest that it originated from an old cosmic collision, or it might be the remains of a massive volcanic eruption that left behind a sophisticated subterranean structure. To fully comprehend the extent of these geological forces, scientists will need to examine lunar samples, especially those taken from the far side. Furthermore, any structures or features that developed on the moon's surface have been maintained for billions of years due to the absence of an atmosphere. Because of this, the moon is a remarkable time capsule that can reveal important details about the early history of our solar system. It's vital to keep in mind that the construction may have been completely natural in origin, even while notions about alien bases or lunar civilizations continue to captivate the imagination. Future lunar missions will probably concentrate on examining the age and composition of the elements surrounding this structure, because understanding the moon's geology is essential to solving these puzzles. Could past geological processes be responsible for the peculiar structure? What else can we discover about the geological past of the moon? The opening to knowledge of our solar system, understanding our nearest celestial neighbor, has never been the exclusive goal of moon research. Future lunar expeditions will probably hold the key to comprehending not only the moon, but also the larger history of our solar system. For decades, the moon has served as a stepping stone in humanity's ambition to explore the cosmos. For scientific studies that are not feasible on Earth, the moon is the ideal location. It is the perfect place to research the impacts of space radiation, the history of our solar system, and the possibility of future human colonization of other celestial bodies because of its low gravity, absence of atmosphere, and ancient geological past. Establishing a long-term human presence on the moon is one of the main objectives of lunar exploration. That is precisely what NASA's Artemis program seeks to do, setting the stage for manned expeditions to Mars and beyond in the future. Since the moon provides a proving ground for the difficulties of long-term space living, the technology and expertise acquired by establishing a base, there will be crucial for human survival in space. Furthermore, vital information regarding the resources on the moon will be obtained by lunar missions. Future lunar bases might be supported by the water ice deposits that may exist in craters that are constantly shaded. Establishing a long-term human presence on the moon, and possibly even using it as a springboard for interplanetary flight, requires an understanding of these resources. The moon is still the best place to establish the groundwork for interplanetary colonization. Even though Mars has frequently been highlighted as the next destination for human exploration, the moon's appeal as a crucial location for scientific research is only increased by the discovery of a massive structure on its far side. Future missions will probably reveal even more astounding discoveries as we continue to explore the moon, and new mysteries will unavoidably come to light. What fresh scientific discoveries can we expect if we establish a permanent presence on the moon? And what will we discover about the moon's potential as a stepping stone to the stars? Technology's contribution to revealing the secrets of the moon. The potential of technology to reveal the moon's mysteries is among the most fascinating features of contemporary lunar exploration. Technology is propelling moon exploration like never before, from the James Webb Space Telescope's infrared imaging capabilities to the sophisticated rovers and landers being created by space organizations worldwide. One excellent illustration of how advanced technology may make the invisible visible is the James Webb Space Telescope. It can see through the dust and shade of the moon's surface thanks to its infrared vision, which allows it to identify things that are invisible to the naked eye. This is only one illustration of how space technology is developing to map and study the moon in previously unfeasible ways. To investigate the moon's far side, other missions, beside the JWST, are depending on sophisticated robots and remote sensing technology. The U-22 rover's successful landing and deployment by the Chang'e 4 mission has already yielded important information on the moon's surface. These rovers can investigate the makeup of lunar rocks and soil, since they are outfitted with a variety of instruments, like as drills, spectrometers, and cameras. With the capacity to drill farther into the moon's surface in order to gather samples from the far side, the upcoming generation of lunar rovers and landers will be much more sophisticated. Scientists will learn more about the moon's genesis and discover hidden geological features that could provide the secret to the structure beneath the surface by examining these samples. The possibility of learning new secrets about the moon increases rapidly as technology develops. In order to continue solving the moon's secrets, future lunar research will heavily rely on the use of artificial intelligence, autonomous exploration, and real-time data processing. The riddles surrounding the moon are far from solved, and we get a little bit closer to knowing what it really is with every new finding. A new phase of lunar exploration may center on the moon's far side as technology develops and global cooperation increases. In the comments section below, share your thoughts regarding the moon's hidden structure and stay tuned for more developments.